in protecting Sri Lanka. Especially, we know that at the beginning of 2005, when you see the strength of the armed force, the LTTE, when you see the equipment they used against our military, these weapons were smuggled into Sri Lanka to the sea. They are not manufactured in Sri Lanka. They had come from all over the world. So it is, I think, it's one of the primary role remains to protect, to prevent these equipments, arms and ammunition, or even the cadres who had left Sri Lanka coming back to the island. And also, as the Honorable Minister mentioned, the stopping of human smuggling, that it's a major role that has come to the Navy. Similarly, the way how we see that that these elements will not come up again, that I think the emphasis on intelligence, intelligence agencies, and the surveillance, these are very important areas to concentrate. Now you could see after 2 years that when you see the challenges that coming into in this field to the military, you could see the past few weeks how that they had to face certain other problems, law and order issues in a certain part of the country. So therefore you have to even change the tactics you use, the weapons you use. And very rightly, the Honorable Minister at the end mentioned that the necessity of better equipped, well-trained and advanced military in Sri Lanka. That is because the primary role and the responsibility of the military is to still protect the country. Then of course, very rightly, the General Milinda Piris and the Minister mentioned that the military armed services are the major resource that we have in Sri Lanka. That's true because we have about 500,000 strong force, well organized, well trained, young, and with better leadership, leaders at each and every level. This resource can be used not only for the protection of Sri Lanka, the security of Sri Lanka, but other areas as the development of the country, development of the construction work, infrastructure development, and all these fields. And after the conflict, His Excellency the President has used these resources very wisely, I think. For example, now we have, for the first time, we have appointed ambassadors, deputy ambassadors in many places, not defense attaches, but as diplomats. With the United Nations, we have General Shavindra Silva, then deputy ambassador in Germany, and deputy ambassador in Malaysia. Now all these officers had shown their ability to work very efficiently and effectively in a different field. So the President, I think, used their capability, their leadership qualities, their commitment to serve the nation in a different area. And I'm not talking about the retired army officers, but the serving army officers. Then in different areas, locally, internally, we have used them very effectively in many of the institutions. Because I think this is purely because of the commitment they have, the discipline they have, and the more than it is very important that in any field to have this the commitment and the discipline, and also willingness to work and to see the results. That is, I think, very important, and it is why it is a major resource, because of these aspects, because of the training, discipline, commitment, and all these, and the leadership qualities in the members of the armed services. We have many challenges immediately, military, which after this type of conflict, we have immediate issues, that like the IDPs, tackling of the IDPs, then the resettlement of IDPs, demining of the areas, rehabilitation of the surrendees, or they call the beneficiaries, rehabilitation or the prosecution of the some detainees. All these are the immediate challenges that the security forces has to face, and especially in, I think, the resettlement of the IDPs, the armed forces took they participated in a major way, and they are the main contributors of that aspect, and we have very successfully done that. And the security force commanders in these areas are directly responsible for this, and I think as of today, 95% of the IDPs has been resettled. Then we have the rehabilitation of the surrendees. We had, after the conflict, we had about over 11,000 surrendees, LTT cadres. And we have started a very effective, well-planned, and very successful program on rehabilitating them and also reintegrating them with the society. Then comes to the demining. I think 70% of the demining was taken over by the Corps of Engineers of the Sri Lanka Army. So beyond that our troops are involved in helping the people of this area to re-establish their life. They help them in many ways, even directly by helping them to build their houses, and even getting involved in agriculture areas. This way, I think the Sri Lankan Armed Forces, after a very successful military operation, they were very successful in post-conflict adaptation into these areas. Now I think we have Mr. Dr. Rohan Gunratna speaking on post-war LTT structure, the threat and response. He's a well-known defense analyst and also expert in counterterrorism, and written many books on counterterrorism, and also has knowledge on vast knowledge and had done many researches on the LTTE and also on Al-Qaeda and other terrorist groups. I think he had, in fact, a personal friend of mine and who was discussing with me throughout most of these issues which we confronted after the war, and especially his sister helped us in formulating a method for the rehabilitation of Serendis. I invite Professor Dr. Rohan Gunratna to address. Thank you.